is a bema?
That's a reference to, the bema is a platform.
Bema
It's
judgment.
the altar. Up front, that's the bema.
Okay.
God sits on when the judges in the Old Testament, they would sit on that platform, and everybody would, like the judge in the courtroom,
Did
They-
Richard go home?
bring their case, yeah.
Mm.
Okay.
No.
He got moved. He didn't get moved, it's all piled up.
Moved to where?
His
He moved
uncle's
this to his
house.
uncle's
That's what he
house.
said. He was moving with his uncle for a while, or for whatever it is.
Where was he? Did his house get
Moving
sold?
out of his house into his uncle's house.
Yeah.
Upstairs.
Oh, I thought he was there already. Oh, okay.
He procrastinates.
That was a bit like me.
But the realtor wants him to be out before he makes his trip so that he can show it
Yep.
without him in it.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I would think so.
It's got one guy that's pretty interested in it.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 Timothy 3. If I delay, you may know how one ought to behave in the household of God. You see, people mix up the household of God with the church, which is the church of the living God, a pillar and buttress of truth.
What did
See-
you do now? You moved.
No, he's right there.
No, it was 1 Corinthians something.
1 Corinthians
Oh, we were
11,
done.
27 to
Did you have a
32.
question about that?
Proverbs
I
28.
thought you just turned to it.
No, he went to Proverbs 28:13 was the last one he did.
No, the last one did was 1 Timothy.
He didn't read that one.
Oh, okay.
All right.
If I delay, you may know how one ought to behave in the household of God, which is the church of the living God,
Okay.
a pillar and a buttress of truth.
1 Timothy 3,
15.
15.
So if I delay, if you don't show up right away, I'm supposed to know how I'm supposed to behave in the house of God, which is the church of the living God, which will be here. So I can't come in here and raise all kinds of havoc just because you're in here?
Because something
You got it figured out.
We all come in here and there's no pastor for the day. We got to know how to behave if something happened and you couldn't get here.
Yep,
You
we
know?
gotta behave. You're right, that's exactly right. If God doesn't come, if he tarries, all these people are
Well,
waiting
this
for
is-
a rapture.
Yeah?
Okay, you're taking it to there because this is actually when Paul is telling them, I'm coming to see you, but
Yep, but you gotta know how to behave.
if I'm not there, I'm giving you these instructions so you know how to behave.
Like me, I come in here and clean. If I'm by myself, I
Because
should
the
know how to
church of the
behave.
living God is a buttress of
Is that what
truth.
that means?
Yeah, exactly. Otherwise, if you're not, you shouldn't be here.
That's right.
Or you should be on the altar. Should be here, should be on the altar.
Yeah, or you should be on the altar. You see, this whole issue of judgment is a very important one because it sets us into position to be used.
Yeah.
Here's your verse, Samantha, Matthew 7, judge not,
That one that judge not. And
that you'll be not judged.
Yeah,
I still have a hard time with that one. I
was using that verse with the word measure because people get all excited if you word, if you use the word judge. So I use measure.
It
Do
depends.
not measure so that you will not be measured?
No, with how you measure people is how you will be measured.
Oh,
And it's the same way, judge not, so you won't be judged.
well, that one I still don't agree with, but it is there.
Or with the judge.
It's there, but I don't know. It's the one I just don't.
And there it is, right?
You know, this is an old Bible. You couldn't probably do that. It's got some nicks in
It's
it.
right there.
Yeah, it's got an old Bible, it's got it worded different.
No,
and with,
No, it's the same
yeah,
Bible,
it's
it's
right
just-
there, and with the measure you use. This says, for by the standard you judge.
I got my
will be
Bible on
judged.
my
The
app.
measure
I
you
could
use
look and
will be the measure you receive.
So which one was that? That was Matthew what? What? Another?
Matthew
Well,
7:1-5.
This is kind of hard for people to remember.
I don't
It's
get my
kind of
head
hard
wrapped
for
around that.
people to acknowledge. Because if we judge that we're better than somebody else, or we're doing it better
Wrong.
than somebody else,
We're doing it wrong. We're
we're
judging
doing
wrong.
it wrong, and that is exactly the way we're going to be judged.
We're not, yeah.
See, if,
My
Yeah,
thing
right
was, we're not
there-
supposed to
right
judge
there
anybody.
is-
We're not supposed to,
Right there is a spirit
Okay.
of pride.
yeah,
When you think you're better than somebody
let them
else,
do whatever they want.
it's a spirit of pride.
see, so you judge yourself, you don't judge the other person.
Right. And that's the way you're going to avoid this, is only by judging yourself.
Yeah. You see, Samantha, you have to judge your own onion skins, not Wanda's.
Right,
But we want to judge the other person's onion skin.
Yeah, you don't want to judge the other person's onion
And God
skins.
said, you leave those onion skins alone, or I'm going to judge you.
Yep. And that's when I did the funeral for Richard's brother, who, they don't know how he died, they think it was an overdose of drugs. They found him 3 weeks later in an unheated apartment.
How long was this?
Oh, this is several years ago now.
Oh, okay.
And I used this,
What time of the year?
I don't know,
Really spring.
it was early spring.
Cool.
Okay.
But-
Was the body did in 3 weeks, gee whiz, what shape was the body in?
Oh, they just bagged it up and threw it in the furnace.
Okay.
But I use this scripture as the basis of the message. We can't judge,
how he died or what he did.
right,
Ah,
and we don't know the battles he went through.
Well, yeah, exactly.
And I asked the crowd at that point, how many times have you fought with a battle within you that you didn't tell nobody?
Mhm.
We don't know what kind of problems he had,
Right.
and we shouldn't judge him.
If you had any at all.
Right?
Yep.
See, we shouldn't judge him. And I use this scripture.
You could have just plain had a heart attack and just take
Yeah.
over, you know?
And but yeah, this was the basis of what I taught, because nobody knew if he was saved. Nobody knew anything. He was a bachelor. He lived alone. Richard hadn't seen him he'd see him once in a while,
but not often.
not often. And
Yeah.
they hadn't heard from him for a couple of weeks, and so he went over there to see where he was at, and he was dead.
Okay. That's what happened with our neighbor across the hill. He was an old bachelor too, and he died.
Yeah.
They smelled him from the road. Horse and buggy went by and smelled him from the road, so they called the authorities. They scooped him up with the shovel.
Yeah,
That was the hot summer.
that was not summer, yeah.
Yeah.
This was cold. You see, here, let me take the speck out of your eye when there's a log in your own eye. The log is you're judging the other person.
Yeah,
It's all in the same scenario.
right.
And see, that's a hypocrite.
Yeah.
Man,
How many times do we want to judge the other person?
Seems like all the time.
All the time. That's a disease of humanity, I think.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a curse of humanity.
Okay, discipline judgment. Hebrews 12:4. I was talking about elder board. You have not yet resisted to the point of shedding blood in your striving against sin.
yeah.
And then he speaks about,
What does he actually say in there?
What-
What does he actually say in there? In that sentence.
well, you haven't, okay, you go to war and you resist to the point of death. Have you resisted sin to the point of death?
No. No.
Yeah,
That's way too easy.
yeah.
I get that now,
We capitulate, zip, we're right in the middle of
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's more like I haven't resisted at all.
Mm-hmm.
I ate half those cookies. I didn't resist.
At all.
They were good.
Oh.
Did you eat lunch?
Yeah, I had that bowl of chili. So, you will be disciplined by the Lord.
Just remember that now.
He scourges every son he receives.
Mm-hmm.
Scourges, he gives you a whipping.
Yeah.
This is it. I think this is the New Testament. Now we're back in the Testaments.
It is for discipline that you endure.
But if you are without discipline, of which all have become partakers, then you are illegitimate children and not sons. So if you're a son of God, you will be disciplined.
Yeah, otherwise you just illegitimate.
Yeah, you will have a bad day.
Illegitimate. Can't even say it. Illegitimate.
Legitimate.
Here's a bad day. This is a true story. Just happened. Caitlin brings her beautiful puppy. Brings her butt. Just don't be staring at me. So she brings her butt, and of course he's
It's
just
a purebred mini Australian Shepherd.
okay. It brings this mutt purebred Australian Shepherd
Into your house.
into the house, and he's going around the table like a merry-go-round.
Okay.
And we're oblivious to the fact that the cords are laying all over.
I got the cord for the computer like I got here. Oh, he runs in, he hooks it on his collar. The computer,
Everything flies.
everything flies.
Okay.
So when the smoke cleared, he busted the external hard drive, and I lost probably 25,000 pictures.
Ooh. When did this happen?
This happened.
2 days before Christmas.
Oh, okay.
So, was that discipline? Was it unruly dog? What was it?
Well, yeah, it was an unruly dog for one thing.
Yeah.
Dog would have got kicked out the door if it was mine, but
It was a puppy.
So you gotta teach it to right from wrong,
Like a puppy is
though.
supposed to know.
Well, you gotta teach it.
Who knew? Who's accountable?
I am, because I let the dog in the house.
Yeah.
You can let the dog in the house, but when you have babies running around, you secure the stuff.
Yeah, but I don't have babies running
Secure the
around.
stuff. It was a baby running around on the floor.
I don't have dogs
did
running
you
around my
guys
house.
see that, video, YouTube video that shows two young boys crawling up on the dresser?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
God.
I saw that, yeah.
That had to be done.
What did they do?
They pulled out the drawers and they climbed up. While a dresser that's not fastened to the wall will tip over.
Oh, yeah.
I saw
Well,
that,
The
yeah.
one landed underneath, the other one landed out on
Kind of halfway.
kind of halfway, but he got up and he pushed that dresser off the other kid.
Off his twin brother, off his
They're
brother.
2.5 years old.
Twins,
Wow.
yeah.
Yeah, they're just young.
And it showed him pushing that, he
First he tried to lift it, he
he
couldn't.
tried to lift it,
Yeah.
and then it shows him
Pushing.
pushing that.
And that dress is too heavy for, I know that dress is too heavy for
Yeah.
a 2.5-year-old.
Right.
So you know, it had to be
It
gone.
had to be gone.
It had to be gone.
And see, that's one of those miracles like I'm talking about.
His,
You need to
Mhm.
look into creation and see those things.
Right.
his brother did not get hurt.
No, it did not get hurt.
He did not get hurt, but it was on national news.
Oh,
all
yeah.
morning that morning.
Yeah, well, see,
Because the mother wanted people to realize the dangers there are, and they said, what did they say?
They said
How many children get killed or injured every
I
year?
don't know, but they said just,
there's a lot.
Lots of them.
but they said you should
Why?
securely fasten it to the wall,
But you know,
your dressers.
Growing up at home, we never had nothing fastened to the wall.
We didn't either.
We never
Well, see,
fastened it either.
That's the discipline of the parents
Right,
to the kids from years ago, which today isn't. The kids run free and do whatever they want,
right,
and that's what happened here,
right.
you know?
And they had a video. They had like a security camera
Yeah, mm-hmm.
type thing
Right, yeah.
that captured this, because the mother went in there and both babies were out of from underneath that dresser.
When they watch,
And they watched the video
that's when they saw it.
and saw the one.
Like a nanny cam.
Thing off the other.
That's
Nanny
what-
cam, yeah.
That's what we got back there.
That's what you're gonna have
So
put up.
she said,
Yeah.
I'm gonna expose this, I'm gonna make it public.
Of
And
course,
I
it-
think she put it on YouTube, right?
I think
And
so,
then it
yeah.
just got grabbed up.
And
by-
of course, I'm sure they got some flack from it too, because, you know, how people are, you know, well, if she did her job, that would never happen.
Right,
Well, that's true, but what gives you the right to judge them now, because, you know,
yeah,
You can't
accidents
judge.
happen, and how many people today actually screw their dressers for their kids to the wall?
Probably
I
not.
bet a lot more of them will.
no.
And
Why
they said
do
that
that?
this came from, what kind of, one of those chain stores.
Yeah, I don't remember.
They supply the screws
And the straps, I think.
and the straps to screw it to and fasten it to the wall. And it only takes a few minutes.
Yeah, see, now it goes back to your verse here. Was that discipline? If God doesn't discipline you,
Yeah.
you're an illegitimate
Well,
child.
If they don't learn from this, the second time won't come out, so.
No.
So,
That's right.
So good,
Mm-hmm.
Then they'll get into that other area.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
You'll end up having a funeral.
Yep. We had earthly fathers discipline us, and we respected them. Shouldn't we be subject to the Father of spirits?
Yes. Oh,
See, Joe is talking about, that's the earthly thing.
yeah.
We have this parallel
That's
going
all
on in
right.
the
7
realm of the
o'clock is
spirit.
good. Or not. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I think of that, you think of that dresser, what popped in my mind was these guys that are, I watched a piece of one of these Ghostbuster things, and they had a recording, you could hear the spirits. You know, actually, the language, you could hear the language.
Oh, okay.
And they're messing around with that stuff in the realm of the spirit. Did they read this?
Probably not.
No. No.
Yeah. I don't go close to them Ghostbuster movies.
Yeah.
Same way with the Exorcist thing, you know. I'm not afraid of it, but the times that they're on is the times that I would be going to bed right after that.
Yeah.
It's not,
That's not the best show to watch before you go to bed.
no, definitely not.
But, so what they basically do is they find an energy source and then they try and contact it.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the violation of Witch of Endor's thing. You don't do that. But God will discipline us for that.